Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to talk about how to eat to decrease cortisol. Now, this is a general type of recommendation. There are more things to layer on top of this, especially if you have other hormone issues, if you have sleep issues, energy issues, all these things, right? So this is just a general thing to follow and to start with. If you notice, I've been pretty stressed out and I feel like that increase in cortisol is really adding to my belly fat and I can't get rid of it and I'm working out harder and what do I do? Oh my gosh, right? Also, I don't know if you guys hear that, but there is like a wicked thunderstorm right now. So if you hear thunder, that's what it is. Hopefully my power doesn't go out or anything. So we'll see. It's kind of exciting. So this is a continuation from the video I did yesterday. If you missed that, go back and watch it. But I also want to put in a link right here for the waitlist for the 12-week challenge. Again, because I talk about some general recommendations here, my goal is to give women more information so you can start to make these changes on your own, really working with your own body physiology. Now, if you need more help, if you need more guidance, if you want me to hold your hand and walk through this process, that's what we do in the 12-week challenge. So in the comments below, there's a link you can get on the wait list. The next registration opens in September, so you don't want to miss out on that. So, because when registration opens, we usually sell out or fill up in about 24 hours. Yeah. So, going through all this stuff, important things to really realize here with cortisol is that our systems are under so much stress, right? This isn't just the stress that you're dealing with day to day, right? Like we've already had that in our lives before, right? Think about a year ago at this time. What were you doing a year ago? What were you doing a year ago? Were you like, oh, I'm going on a vacation or planning some fun events for me and my family or, you know, all these things. Oh, we're going to be starting school. We're starting activities, blah, blah. None of that's happening right now, right? None of that's happening. The shift and change, and even your day-to-day life, your schedule is a stressor on your body. Even if you're like, you know, like, I'm okay, like, you're like, I'm fine, I think I'm fine, am I fine? What's happening? No, these are stressors in your life, and then everything else happening in the world is another outside stressor. Yeah, So take that into account with how much you've been, you know, working towards being healthier, taking care of your health, right? Now more than ever, we're becoming more in charge of our own. Yep. That was just thunder, kiddo. Oh, we got worried. We got worried. Yep, that was a big thunder. Big. Yep, big thunder. Did you guys see me jump? So, speaking of stress, it's not funny. Speaking of stress, there's a big thunderstorm right now. Adding my stress levels. This is great. So, talking about stress, talking about stressors in our lives, talking about all these other things happening in the world, right? Now, normally your system would be prepared and ready to handle it or whatever. But again, if you're trying to get healthier, if you're trying to do all these things with your, you know, and a lot, I know I talk a lot about weight or fat loss for women, but it's not just about like getting skinny, right? It's not about that at all. Really, what happens for women is that your body's protective mechanism adds fat to your frame, right? That's what it is. So the extra weight added onto your body is because of the stress. So you can run 10 miles a day and you won't drop a pound because of the stress, because your system is saying, whoa, you're too stressed out. We need to take care of this. Now there's Dutch tests and things like that where I actually look at how your body is, you know, how well your adrenals are working and if you have bioavailable cortisol in your system, all those things. But based on, you know, your system, here's a few things to just get started with to help your system battle stress better. Yeah, battle stress better. So with that, let's talk about, you know, decreasing cortisol, helping your system out so that it has a better capacity to handle stress, right? I also talk about stress, working on this cortisol response from the inside out and outside in, right? Inside out and outside in. So this is all inside out stuff, meaning things you put in your body to help your body get stronger from the inside out, right? You know, fueling, cellular regeneration, all that other stuff, right? Inside out stuff. There are outside in things. These are environmental factors, right? Environmental factors, which I can do if you guys want. Let me know in the comments if you want me to talk about the environmental factors to decrease your stress, because that's a 50% of it too. Again, people think, oh yeah, okay, I can get more vitamins and minerals. It'll help my body, decrease stress, all those things. Sure, absolutely. But again, even if you're doing everything on this list, taking all the best things in the world, if you're not changing some of the environmental factors for you, it's the other 50% of it. So, and again, I go through all these and I teach you all these things in the 12-week challenge, which again, the link is in the comments there, but keep that in mind. If you want me to do a video tomorrow on those external factors for cortisol, let me know, because they are kind of fun. But I wanted to focus this one on really eating and your nutrition and things for decreasing your cortisol response. Yes. So, Amber. Okay. All right. So eating, basically the thing you want to focus on for foods is getting complete nutrients, proteins, fats, and carbs. This is so important. If you're stressed out, if you're noticing like, oh my gosh, school is starting. I don't know what's happening with my children. Okay. Yep. Protein, fat, and carb. You need to eat protein, fat, and carb at every meal. It might sound really, really simplistic. It is, but that's essential to get your body the nutrients it needs to get the most energy. Please do not cut out carbs at this point here. Carbs are brain fuel. Your nervous system runs off of carbohydrate. You're not going to get your body to get to fat burning by just eating proteins and fat. It will not happen in the female body. Different for the male body, different for the male body. But please, for the love, do not follow a keto diet right now when your body is under a lot of stress. It adds to the protective mechanism in your system, creating more of a stress response and increasing fat on your body. It's a good time, right? It's a good time. Great. Yeah. Oh, Connie. Hi, Connie. Some of my home products don't list ingredients like laundry soap. Oh, interesting. Okay. Ooh, yeah. We can talk about all that stuff. I'll do a video on that tomorrow. That's good. Yes. Okay. But proteins, fats, and carbs. Proteins, I talk about protein pacing, getting that throughout the day, but really getting all of these nutrients in conjunction and fueling your body enough. Cutting calories, cutting things down, not the right time to do it when your body's under stress. That adds to the stress response that you have. And it's really tough to come back from. So then what happens if your body has an increased stress response? Oh, one of the most common things that I see for women, nutrient depletion. You become nutrient depleted. What does that mean? Your body doesn't have enough levels of certain nutrients to do what it's supposed to do. So, for example, one of the most common nutrients that I see that women don't have is glutathione. Glutathione is an antioxidant, it's a natural detoxifier, and it's in foods, and it's in healthy foods. It's in like avocados and spinach, asparagus, a bunch of like healthy, veggies, right? Glutathione naturally occurring there. If you are under stress, your gut health sucks, you're not absorbing enough from the foods that you're eating, and if you have estrogen issues, your body's going to be using up all that glutathione without estrogen. Yeah, so there's none left, right? So you become depleted and you're like, I just spit. It's a good video. Your body becomes depleted in some of these basic nutrients that are really, really important. Not because you're not trying, not because you're not eating these, the right foods. Increase in stress is ruining your gut, ruining your body's ability to absorb the nutrients it needs. And then, if you have other hormonal issues on top of it, it uses it up too. That's how you get nutrient depleted. It's way easier than you think. It's way, way easier than you think. So what does that mean you need to do? Get some more minerals in your body. Get some vitamins in your body. Now, in working with women in the 12-week challenge and everything else, I recommend specific things that the body is typically depleted in. And with a Dutch test, or if I'm working one-on-one with you, I actually make custom recommendations then, because I can see exactly what your body's missing. Biggest difference in the world is when you actually get the nutrients your body needs because it's depleted. Yeah. Adaptogens. Oh, adaptogens. I could just talk forever on adaptogens. I love them so much. Biggest thing that women notice when you start getting the right adaptogens in for your body and system. So these are herbs that help your body handle stress. So what happens is that you're like, well, work is really stressful. I've got a super stressful job. Yep, that's not changing. but I get so worn out from working during the day that I've barely got anything left at the end of the day. Like when I go home or, when I'm not working, I've barely got anything left because I am so spent. So spent. Well, adaptogens increase your body's capacity to handle the stress. It helps your body, what they call, mitigate stress. So the stressors can still be the same there, but your body's ability, instead of it being like, my bucket's only this big, to handle all that stress, right? You get a bigger bucket. You get a way bigger bucket. You can be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that is still just as stressful, but I didn't respond to it. That's what adaptogens do. It's beautiful. Oh, they're my favorite. Last piece here I'm going to talk about is getting carbs in with your workouts. This is before you work out. This is, during your workouts if they're long enough or intense enough. And then again, refueling properly after your workouts. Essential. If you are working out, and working out is great, right? Super duper. But if you're not seeing the results that you want, it's probably because you're not fueling well enough. Not your fault, right? Not your fault. But the thing here is that if you're releasing endorphins and feeling good, but you're also releasing a lot of... My internet went out. My power... Yep, the power went out. This is good. I swear. Thunderstorm. I told you. If you guys are watching this, if this is like one of your first videos of mine that you're watching, you're like, what is this girl's deal? This is just how it is. I'm very real about this. This is life sometimes, right? Just here to get you some great info, and if power goes out because there's a thunderstorm, I'm just gonna keep going. Yep, it might happen again. Okay, carbs with workouts, very important, especially if you're going to. If you heard screaming, that was my children upstairs. My girls are upstairs right now. I forgot what I was saying about that. Make sure you're eating carbs. Make sure you're getting carbs. Make sure you're working out, fueling your body, all those things, because it's really helpful to really get and keep the right results for your body. That's the biggest thing there. Again, we're so used to like pushing harder, push harder. That's how you're going to get a result. When your body's under stress, you're not working with the same body anymore. That's one thing to keep in mind. It's really frustrating, right? It's really frustrating, but your body's like really sensitive, or all these other things. It's going to react and respond completely differently than it normally does when you're under a lot of stress. So yes. All right. What adaptogens do I recommend to start with? Ooh, good question. So it's hard to make like a specific recommendation without knowing somebody, and issues, but in general, my favorite is an adaptogen blend, like getting a liquid that has things like ashwagandha, wolfberry, sometimes eleuthero is really helpful. Katie, all the adaptogens, right? All the adaptogens. And getting them in your system at the right time. Yes, pills or powdered blends, Connie. Yeah, you can get them in powdered blends. There's a bunch of them on there. If you guys want to message me, that sometimes it's easier to answer, because if you're used to like a certain type. The biggest thing about adaptogens too is that whatever works for you to get it in your day, right? That's the biggest thing. For some people, they want it in a powder and they want to put everything in a shake and blend it up. Great. I got a recommendation for that. For other people, they're like, I need a liquid. I don't want to take any more pills. I can only swallow my multivitamin and that's it. And